Hello, I'm Claire-Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for all signs for the full moon, Saturday, the 6th of May, 2023, which is the full moon in Scorpio. Now, it's very early in the morning here, so a lot of you are going to be experiencing this full moon on the 5th rather than the 6th, but I'm putting this reading out before 34 minutes before the full moon hits, and so for some, it will be on the 6th. Okay, so what does this deck tell us the full moon is about? Full moon in Scorpio is about breathing through the tension. Let's see if the guides agree with that and get on with it. And so I have a live show 3 times a week here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. In there, I give mini reads. You can book in for one of those mini reads on my website, behealing.com, and your mini read will be done in the next show. I do it 3 times a week. If you want to book in for that, I'll pop a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box below. And you can find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking Be Healing down there. If you're interested in a private reading with me, they're available from my website too, behealing.com. Find a link for that in the description box below, and also one up there too. I get those out within 48 hours of you ordering them. So if it says it's sold out, it's just sold out for the day. So do check back a day or so later. So what's in the energies for this full moon in Scorpio for everybody? We have a time to walk alone and born with a gift. Now, this could be about working alone or doing your own thing, even if other people don't want you to do it or don't agree with it or don't see that it could be a viable option for you. I just got a vision of, say, someone who's an artist and that they're just all about that, but friends and family around them saying, you can't, that's not a job, you need a career. It's that kind of an energy, you know, of like having to walk alone, do your own thing because it's something that's really important to you. So we could be feeling like, in order to be who we truly are and follow our own path, that we have to actually go against people. Perhaps that's what the tension is about for this full moon in Scorpio. Releasing the expectations of others so that we can actually walk our own path. We've got mischief and paradox. Interesting combination. So you could be being seen as being mischievous, as causing trouble by doing your own thing. And the paradox is, you're not causing trouble, you're actually getting into alignment because you're on your path. Now, so other people could see you as being obstinate, mischievous, going against what they want, causing trouble, not towing the line kind of thing. But paradoxically, you're actually doing the right thing for yourself. You're getting it more into alignment, and that can only be a good thing for everybody involved in the end. Once people's egos stop, let go of it, it's best for everybody in the end. Okay, interesting. So, what else is in the energies today? Dive. Time for a deeper dive into something. Time to get into something. Time to really do something. Put yourself into it. So, for those of you that have been perhaps wanting to do something that you're really interested in, something that you're good at, something that you're passionate about. Perhaps you were just dipping your toe in before. It's time to really get into it and shake that boat. Rock the boat. And be determined to kind of do it. Go all in is what it feels like. Let's find out with the tarot what else in these energies. Wow. I'm told to take those ones. Came out very unusually. Temperance. Temperance can be about feeling a particular emotion and needing to temper ourselves, needing to feel that emotion, realize why that emotion's coming up, especially something like anger, right? If someone's telling you not to be yourself, and what you're doing and what you're choosing is wrong, it's going to make you feel angry. It's going to make everyone feel anger. Anger is the right emotion for that situation because it's just so out of alignment. It's so out of alignment with us that anger is telling us, no, carry on doing what you wanted to do. Don't listen to them, right? But that doesn't mean like act on the anger. Well, it doesn't mean act. It does mean act on the anger. It does mean keep on doing, like realize that the anger, it's a mismatch of energy. The anger is coming up because what you're being told is a mismatch of energy. And so you act on the anger by going, no, I will keep on doing what I'm going to do. The anger is coming up because if you're thinking of like going along with what someone else wants you to do, yeah? And so it's feeling the emotion that comes up and acting on it by seeing it as guidance that you continue the way that you are going, kind of thing. We've got the Ace of Cups, which is an amazing feeling of our heart overflowing. And we can get this feeling by pouring our energy into something that's really important to us, right? By going for that job that we want, or that career that we want, by starting off a new business. There's all kinds of things that can make us feel this amazing. It can be love, it can be, but it can also be doing things that we love too. The High Priestess energy, an intuitive knowing that you've got within. You know yourself, like nobody knows us better than we know ourselves, right? And so you need to tap into that. Then we've got the Moon and the Wheel. Although things may be unknown in your new phase of life, in this thing that you're stepping into, you still need to step into it. You don't need all the answers just to placate somebody else who's telling you not to do it. So when people's fears come up, and it's their fears that are coming up that tell you not to do it, right? It's not about you doing it or not. It's about their fears if they were in your shoes. But they're not in your shoes because they're not passionate about that same thing. Otherwise, they'd be doing it too, and they'd understand, right? So, very interesting energies. What is it that you're thinking of doing or doing? Let me know in the comments below. So Temperance, all kinds of emotions coming up today. Muse of Materials, but stay strong, stay stable in that. Muse of Materials is the King of Pentacles, very stable energy. I know myself, I know what it is that I'm doing, kind of thing. And like this one said, you don't need to predict the future or know the path or anything like that, but you know that you need to do this. So be stable in that. And if you are talking to people that are saying you shouldn't be doing that, then the more stable you are, the more you can ease their fears. You can say to them, look, this is really important to me. I really want to do this. I'm passionate about it. I would live with regret for the rest of my life if I didn't do this. It's that right for me. I understand that you're scared and that you wouldn't do it. It's not your thing. It doesn't have to be your thing, but it is my thing. You know, if you're coming from a very stable place like that, which could be hard, which is why you'd have to, because you're getting angry that they're trying to stop you or telling you not to, temper yourself first. And then if you come from that very stable place, you might be able to alleviate their fears. Not that it's your responsibility to alleviate their fears, but it might make it easier on yourself if you kind of calm them down in that kind of way. So try and be stable. It could be very difficult, this. Yeah, it could be very difficult. I mean, it's easy for me to kind of do it in a reading like this when I'm not in that situation. But when we've got these emotions coming up, then it's really tricky. And so don't beat yourself up if you don't manage it in those situations. It's okay. It's okay to be human, you know. Ace of Cups, but I think this thing that you're headed into is going to make you feel amazing. Ace of Materials, planting big seeds. Wow, two aces together, and yeah, amazing. Ace of Cups and the Ace of Materials. This is going to be huge. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's going to be huge. Long lasting, could bring you a lot of success, money, if it's connected with money in some kind of way. But yeah, very successful. Discernment, and you're making a good decision here. Discernment. So if any of you are rattled by the peer pressure of saying no to it, and then it has you doubting it and like, oh, maybe I'm not making the right decision. If they are piquing your fears and your fears come out and you're thinking of backtracking on it, discernment card says, no, you're choosing really well. The High Priestess says, tap into your intuition and the hope that you feel and the good positive feelings that you feel for this future thing. Tap into the excitement more. Oh, look, the Fool, of this new journey. And you're taking a risk and the hope and all of that. Trust your intuition. It's leading you in the right direction. Hopefully, none of us would want to follow anyone else's life path. Hopefully, everyone else, if we put ourselves in someone else's shoes, we'll go, well, I wouldn't choose that. I wouldn't choose to marry that person. I wouldn't choose that career. That would be right, you know? Of course you wouldn't, because you're not me. Of course you wouldn't want to marry the person that I want to marry, because you're not me. They're just for me. Of course you wouldn't want the career that I've got because it's mine. It's just for me, and I don't want yours, and I don't want to marry your person either. You know, it goes without saying. So I think people might be stating the obvious, like you wouldn't do it, but I would do it because it's my path and it's not your path. So you are going to have to take a risk, but there's a lot of hope here. So tap into that intuition and be creative. It does feel like something that you're creating here. Now it could be creating a family, creating, creativity like work and career. I think for a lot of you, it's going to be something like that, where it could be a relationship and creating like a home, a home feeling for yourself, or stable relationship for yourself. The moon in the wheel. So you don't know what's coming next. You don't need to know what's coming next. You can plan all you like through materials, but you put the burdens down that you don't need to predict it. And you don't need to predict anything. We can't predict anything really. We can just go into it and see what happens, right? And if other people are saying like, well, you need to placate their fears by telling them what it is you're going to do, which is something that fearful people can say, like, well, what will you do then? You can put the burdens down of that. You don't need to plan it so much. You can plan some of it, but we don't need to plan it so much. Don't be burdened by that very logistical kind of a thinking. You got a lot of like spiritual cards here, emotional cards and spiritual cards. It's better to be in that energy than the logic and the fear today. Around this full moon, we've got growth here. You're growing. You're going to grow. That's for sure. On this new path, you're going to grow in it. And isn't that what we're all here for, really? What about our love lives? Is this about our love lives? Is it about your love life? Let's see. What about our love lives today? Forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Some of you might be moving on to a new relationship or moving out of a relationship. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. So no settling here. Yeah, some of you with this energy might be getting out of a relationship, like a long-term relationship, and deciding to go it alone and follow your heart here to something new. Don't settle. And for those of you kind of starting something creative off, that could be the precedent before a romantic relationship with that new alignment comes in. Let your fears dissolve. Yeah, a lot of fears coming up today, I think. For everybody, people around you, and for yourself as well. So acknowledge them. Acknowledge those fears. But don't let them change you. Acknowledge them for what they are. And soothe yourself. Give yourself a pat. It's okay, Claire. It's going to be okay. You'll get through this. You'll grow. You'll learn. You'll get through this. In our love lives, we've got fun and we've got maturity. Oh, some mature fun. That's not as much fun as the immature fun, is it? Okay, have some mature fun. What does that mean? Could mean answers below, please, in the comments. Mature fun. What's your idea of mature fun as far as your love life goes? Keep it clean, please, everybody, down there in the comments. We've got betrayal coming up here. Now, some of you, if you are leaving a relationship, you could feel like you're the one betraying. Got healing and orgasm. Oh, sexual healing going on as well. Some mature fun there, perhaps sexual healing for some, if you're lucky. Let's find out what else. Of course, yeah, full moon in Scorpio. It could have a lot of that kind of an energy going on. What else have we got in the energies? We've got success. There's a lot of this energy in today. The decisions you're making around now, especially if you're starting something new, could be very successful. We also have a dark man here. What's the dark man doing? Owl, giving you good advice. Wise. A wise dark man there. What else in the energies? Not those. What else in the energies today? The haystack, karma. You will reap what you've sown. So don't worry about the ramifications of decisions that you make today. If people are putting the fear into you going, it's not going to work out well, it is going to work out well because you got good karma, I think. If you're resonating with this reading anyway. Think of a yes or no answer question because I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag. I'm going to pull one of them out very shortly for your answer. But this is just a bit of fun because this is a general reading, not a personal reading. If you want me to pull one of these crystals out of my bag for a specific question you've got, you can do that two ways. You can get a mini read in my Psychic Cafe show. I'll pop a link for booking in for that up there. I do that show 3 times a week, and your mini read will be done right at the start. If you pre-book it, right at the start of the next show. I'll send you a link to it after you've booked in so that you can watch that. That's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is in a private reading as well. You can book yourself in for one of those. There's a link in the description box below and also one up there too. After you've booked in, click on the Contact Us page. Put any questions that you've got for your private reading in there. How best to deal with these energies today? We've got the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is all about stress and worry and not caving into that, really. It could be a stressful day today. It could be an emotional day today. People could be really annoying. It could, you could need to tap into a lot of strength, like personal strength and clarity within yourself to know what it is that you're doing. Could be an exhausting day today, in fact, for a lot of you. And so just tend to yourself. Don't worry yourself too much, and distance yourself. If there's a lot of people in your ear, distance yourself from them for the sake of your emotional and your mental health. So think of a yes or no answer question now. Pause the video if you're not ready for your answer. Your answer is on the table, and it's green. It's the yes. It's the aquamarine. There you go. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you leave this video down there. Click on that subscribe button with that notification bell to hear more from me. I do one of these energy updates every single day of the year for the collective. I go live 3 times a week in that Psychic Cafe show. Don't forget you can book in for one of those mini reads in there. I'll do that for you. And I make 3 love picker card reads a week as well. You can find one of those right there, right now. You can watch that next if you want. Well, have the best day ever. Have the best full moon in Scorpio ever. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.